Hello, everybody. Now
Hey.
look over here. I moved cameras.
Yeah.
I'm Will.
Mike.
All right. And this is episode 2, right? Because we skipped a week.
Yep, that's right. Episode 2
All right, cool.
of the podcast.
Yes. So where have you been, Michael?
You know, like every parent of a young kid that just started school, my daughter is getting sick pretty much every other week and knocking out my entire family and household. So I was able to dodge this one, but I been spending most of the week taking care of the others
Gotcha.
and working myself. So I had to skip this week. We got unfortunately no recording this week, but I have some backlog that I got to work on anyway.
Yeah, and I've been putting the TTS stuff up, so.
Yeah, that's been great. I have to do some more TTS stuff as well.
Yeah, I am out of the season. But I did end the season for my first season 4-2, which isn't bad.
Yeah, I think it's great, man. It's your first time doing this, and we're new in the competitive scene, so yes. I feel like there's a lot of people that got the jump start on us.
Yeah, I got Black Ordered. That's what happened. I wasn't ready for Thanos.
Yeah. Right.
I was not ready for Thanos. And then my last game I played against Emil from the store, and that went a lot better. I felt bad for him because his dice were just being terrible.
What did he end up playing?
He was playing Avengers.
Okay.
Yeah, he was playing Avengers. I was using Guardians. It was just the classic Guardians roster. I didn't throw Juggernaut in there.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was just not a good dice. Like my dice were rolling hot fire, and his were just ice cubes.
What were the crises?
I had that written down. Here we go. You know what did we play? I didn't write it down. I think it was Intrusions and Legacy, I think.
Okay.
Nobody got Legacy. I know that much.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, I thought I wrote that down. Usually I do. But yeah, no, it was a good game. We went to round 5. But
well, that's a good game then.
Yeah. It wasn't like it was a super quick game. It was just it turned into just a murder squad.
Fair enough.
So, which happens with Guardians. And
I feel like if you're going Sam wide, you're gonna eschew a couple of guys anyway. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that seems kind of normal.
Yeah, and then yesterday, I played at East Coast Gamers. Wound up being
nice.
What was I? 2-2.
Hmm.
Not my best showing, but I was trying out a brand new team.
So there was a tournament.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I think I missed that also.
You did.
All right. I think I planned on being to that one, and then, everybody came down with the illness.
Yes, just the play.
Yeah.
Not
at least not the incident one, but
yes.
but just a minor illness that, well, not a minor. Well, it knocked them out. It wasn't that serious though. Yeah. Some antibiotics and everyone kept it moving. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're still getting better.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. So, in the weeks that we have not been doing stuff, all kinds of news and cards have been revealed.
I also want to point out I built Convocation. I don't have them fully painted yet, but I painted Magic up. I showed you before the stream.
Yes.
So she's going to be kind of cool. I painted her in like a cyberpunk kind of theme.
Mm-hmm.
And you said you got Winter Guard together.
I have all of Winter Guard together. They're not primed or anything, because then there's some paint I'm getting from work tomorrow that I got to get for Crimson Dynamo. Because I think I'm going to prime them in gunmetal and then speed paint red over the red parts.
There you go. Yeah. So it's going to be a little shiny red.
Yeah. But
cool.
I did paint up... Who did I paint up? Dr. Voodoo.
Okay.
Jean Grey, Cassandra Nova, and 2 others that I can't remember off the top of my head.
It's funny, now that we get more of the lines, like models in the line, mm-hmm. We're starting to get each other's factions that we've been playing exclusively.
Yes.
So there's definitely been a moment of where you're starting to get interested in Spider Foes and Cabal and
mm-hmm.
all that stuff, and I'm just like, those are my babies, you know what I mean?
Well, that's why I got Hood. Yeah, I knew there was another
Hood's one. Great.
Hood is fantastic.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah.
So many different teams can use him.
Yeah, he is a very good slottable, splashable person.
I'm thinking of going crazy this week, and I might pick up Dormammu.
See, I was thinking about that because I don't have any of the big boys. I don't have
Okay.
Thanos. I don't have Dormammu. I don't have Big Bad Tiger Daddy.
Yeah.
Which we will talk about him later. But I want to get the Black Order next, I think.
Okay.
But
Yeah. The Black Order 4-pack is great.
Yeah, but I want to get the whole Black Order.
Yeah.
Thanos.
I just haven't gotten Thanos yet.
Yeah. I think that after I play around with this current list that I'm playing around with, I think I might want to toy around with just straight up murdering with Black Order. Just
It is fun.
It was just Thanos is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's mindless. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, oh, I'm going to kill this person, then I'm going to kill this person, then I'm going to kill this person. And it's not like a whole lot of planning, you know?
No. You just have to make sure you do your order activations right, and then everything is pretty much paved in blood. So.
Yeah, I feel like you could put on Mr. Blue Sky from the Guardian soundtrack and just start going around killing people and enjoying life.
Absolutely. It's insane. But last time we talked about Strucker.
Yes.
His buddy.
Are we going to talk about him again?
No.
Oh, okay.
We're going to talk about his friend. Arnim Zola was revealed a couple weeks ago.
Yes, Arnim. So exciting.
Yes.
So exciting.
Do you have?
I'm just excited for all of Hydra. It's just they're all cool.
Yeah. No, they do look like they're going to just be a fun faction.
Just something different, you know?
Yes.
Just something different.
So, do you have his card in front of you or no?
I'm pulling it up now, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll go through his stat line over here, and then you could read his attacks and all that.
Great, sounds good.
So, looks like Zola has a 2 physical, 3 energy, and 4 mystic defense. He is 6 health and 3 threat. He's size 3, and he moves small. So, I believe he's on a medium base. So he's medium base, small move, which isn't terrible. It's not like
it's not small, right? So it's like I've learned from Supergiant that small is pretty rough.
Yes, and I think Crossbones is also small.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've never used Crossbones.
Crossbones at least gets aggressive though, right?
True.
So at least he moves a little bit more, but
true.
Yeah.
True.
The thing about Arnim Zola I think that is pretty decent is the fact that he has 6 health on a 3 cost, which is decent.
Mm-hmm.
His physical, you always want a high physical because of dodges.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel great that he doesn't have a high physical, but he's size 3, so he doesn't get pushed around as easily.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're going to be the people who are throwing people, though, usually they can throw up to size 4, but maybe some of the smaller people that just get a random push, like it'll be better for him.
Yeah, like Marvel can only push size 2.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that at the end of the day, his stats aren't the best, but he's a 3 cost. Yeah. And he doesn't, not everyone needs to have the best stats. Like,
no. You gotta have your duds sometimes.
A little bit. Yeah, I don't think he's a dud.
No, I don't think he's a dud, but you gotta have.
I think that he's susceptible. He's susceptible to things being thrown at him. Yes. Definitely. Unless there's something in his stats that I'm not aware of, but we'll go through that. All right. So for his, I guess this is builder. Oh, he'll get 1 energy out of it. So he's got a 1 energy builder, which isn't super exciting. It's a range 4 for strength physical attack that gets to choose. Well, it gets to choose physical, energy, or mystic. So really, it's any one of those, which is the only thing in the game that does that. So it's pretty good.
Yeah.
For that regard, because you get to tailor it to the person you're attacking. So unless they're equal across the board, you're getting a little bit of an advantage there.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting the 1 energy, and on a wild, he gets Hydra Ingenuity. After the attack is resolved for each wild in the attack roll, the defending character gains one of the following special conditions: bleed, shock, slow, and stun. So I know I play plenty of Hawkeye, so I know that being able to choose what status effect you're going to give is actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
And this seems to be kind of the normal grouping of status effects, I would say.
Yeah, unless you're a mystic, then you get like Hex and Judgment, weird stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. And poison is sometimes thrown in there too, but yeah, bleed, shock, slow, and stun. Yeah, that seems decent. So even if he's not doing damage, he may shock somebody or stun somebody.
Yeah.
So his second attack, which is energy, is range 3, strength 2, and it costs 2. It doesn't cost that much.
No.
If this attack deals damage after this attack is resolved, this character may advance the targeting character short and a wild slow.
That's not bad.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Again, it's I like. We'll talk about this later when we talk about people we like, but I like being able to move people.
Yes.
I think that's a very strong ability in this game.
Mm-hmm.
And this specifically just says advance, so it doesn't say you have to advance forward or towards or away, which is always a good thing, which I actually realized the other day watching Jacob play Doctor Strange that his Bolt of Bedevilment says push, and it doesn't say a direction. I always, in the back of my head, I heard push away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you just hear push, and it's just like...
Yeah. But apparently it's push any direction, which is pretty interesting.
That's like Miss Marvel's, her, when she's small, her punch pushes towards you.
Right.
So, yeah.
Alright, for his superpower, experimental enhancements, it costs 3. During the next attack made by this character this turn, add 2 dice to its attack roll. After the attack is resolved, if the attack contained any skulls, this character suffers 1 damage. So this is how you try to, inch out some extra damage. However, it seems like... I'm going to jump down to Scientific Hubris, because I see that at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever he gets a crit, he gets an energy. So it's the same as Doc Ock.
Yeah.
So it doesn't seem like he builds greatly, and it seems like he's very dependent on hitting crits to gain extra energy, because his builder only builds 1. Yeah. So I don't know how often you're going to use the active superpower to add 2 dice, because you're not... Like, you want to add dice on a builder that when you deal damage, you gain energy, because then you're refunding the cost of that ability. It seems like on this one, since you're not doing it, it's less useful. So I don't know how that's necessarily going to play out, because it does cost 3 to use. And you're probably going to either save it up to use it with the Big Blast to try to get even extra on it. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one, but let's go to the next one. Okay. Hydra Engineering.
This is interesting.
It's modular, so you get to pay as much as you want.
Yep.
While this character or another allied character within 4 of this character is attacking or defending, during the modified dice step of the attack, this character may spend up to 3 to use the superpower for each 1 energy spent. This character or the allied character may re-roll 1 of their attack or defense dice. After the attack is resolved, if the allied roll contained 1 or more skulls, the allied character gains the bleed condition.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a lot of text there.
There's a lot of words.
So basically, whenever you attack or defend, you get to spend up to 3 energy and re-roll that many dice. If any of those dice are skulls, the character gets bleed. Yeah. And he's immune to bleed, so he can't bleed himself.
Exactly.
This seems like it would be probably more useful on attack than defense.
Yeah.
At least on him, because he doesn't roll as many attack or defense dice.
Well, you're always on average rolling more attack dice than defense anyway.
Right. And also, you're always trying to push to, like, daze or KO. Yes. At the end of the day, you don't want to, like, leave active characters. I think this is okay. I think that if you can leverage it into something that, like, can use the modified dice. So, for example, like Scarlet Witch would be interesting, because even if you're getting a skull, you're still getting a success, right? True. So there's like a little bit of a benefit there. I guess you look at your dice. If you have any skulls already, you would. It doesn't say that you can re-roll skulls, so
No.
I don't think you can re-roll skulls. So you just don't use it if you have any skulls,
Exactly.
unless you don't care about the bleed.
Mm-hmm.
He's an interesting character. I think he would. He's going to be a lot more to see him playing
Yeah.
and to see how it goes.
Yeah, he's definitely just a support piece that's there to dish out conditions.
You're right. Yeah, that definitely does seem what it is.
Yeah.
He's immune to bleed and poison, so that's pretty good because bleed is on a lot of characters.
Yeah.
Just like randomly, you could get bleed pretty easily in this game. And considering Strucker wants to poison everybody, he could at least stand next to Strucker
Sure.
and not be poisoned, which isn't bad. And he gets the rerolls. Then he could get the rerolls from Strucker.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not a bad combo. I guess it makes sense when they stand next to each other and they're all playing with each other, right?
Yeah.
So he's probably a good partner to go with Strucker.
Oh, absolutely.
He can make people like run away or run towards, put status effects. He can make Strucker reroll. Strucker makes him reroll. Maybe it's not that bad. Maybe I'm selling him short,
Yeah,
but
you just don't want to put him up in your front line, that's all.
I agree. And then I guess we can't talk about him without talking about his team tactics card, right?
Oh, yeah. That I don't have that pulled up, but yes.
Okay, I have it pulled up
Okay, good.
because I can't wait to use these cards. So I'll start with his card, which is Scientific Method. It's an active card that only Hydra can play, so you have to play him and Hydra. And Arnim Zola may spend 2 to play this card. Choose another allied character that is value threat 3 or less within 3 of Arnim Zola.
Mm-hmm.
The chosen character suffers 2 damage, and then for the rest of the game, they get an ability. They get an ability and an attack. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
So they get the ESP Leakage attack, which is a 2 range, 6 damage for 1 energy mystic attack.
Mm-hmm.
That before damage is dealt, the target character suffers 1 damage in addition for each skull in the defense roll. That seems crazy.
I like that it does lean into Hydra experimenting on people.
Yeah, that's super interesting.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the other half of the card is Unnatural Mutation. It's a superpower that whenever an enemy character targets this character with an attack, this character adds 2 dice to its defense roll unless the attacking character pays 2. Mm-hmm. So you can put this on your really tanky boy. You could put this on your squishy boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much good for anyone because it's going to make the opponent pay an extra 2. The sneaky thing that I saw when I was looking at this was Viper.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to use Viper because she's terrible. However, if she had an extra 2 defense dice, I think that would be really good.
No, you know who popped into my head for this card?
Wait. I didn't say the best part.
What?
Viper has martial prowess.
Mm.
And that dice gets added to the martial prowess dice.
Oh, shit.
So, if you don't pay 2, then I pay 2, and I get 7 dice that if I block your attack, you take damage.
Are you sure it gets added to the martial prowess, though?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I triple-checked in the Discord with the mods and all that jazz.
Okay. Wow, that's insane. So that means the same thing would happen with Gamora, then. Well, no, it has to be 3 threat.
It has to be 3 threat.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying Viper.
Yeah. You know who I thought of?
Who?
X-23. She has healing factor 2.
Yeah. And so does Deadpool in that regard.
Oh my god, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a fun card to play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking Viper because she's definitely going to be in faction. I know we haven't seen the affiliation yet, but yeah. I would be very surprised if she was not in affiliation.
Oh, they said in at Mini Extravaganza that she's basically there. Like,
Right.
they confirm, like, hey, people like Viper might want to be used again.
Also, the thing about Viper is that all of her attacks are physical, so giving her a mystic attack,
Yeah.
really good.
Yes.
She's going to be up in their face anyway because she wants to use her martial prowess.
Mm-hmm.
So it all seems to work in spades for her. You know what I mean? It all seems to work out for her. I'm just saying, I'm going to try it out. But I'm super excited. This card makes Arnim Zola like very exciting in general.
Yes.
But I love tinkering and finding little pieces for people to for it to work on. So finding a flex that works in Hydra is going to be super fun.
Mm-hmm.
That works with scientific method. And then we also have the High Council, which I'm going to go for every game.
That card is ridiculous.
So it's a Hydra only active card. You don't have to pay any energy to play it.
Mm-hmm.
And it says if all the following conditions are met, an allied Hydra character may play this card.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what happens if you meet all the criteria first, and then we'll figure out what the criteria is.
Okay.
So if you do all the things, you get to place an unused character of threat 4 or less from your roster within 2 of the character who played the card.
Yeah.
Which seems nuts to just get a four threat.
It's similar to Sinister's cloning banks.
Right, and he can't easily get 3 threat. Like, you're trying to shoot for just a 2 threat just to drop it in and get like a little bit of an advantage. This is giving you a Venom, possibly, right? Like, this is nuts. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so basically what you have to do is Red Skull needs to be, and this is either Red Skull because it's Johann Smith.
Mm-hmm.
So Red Skull, Core Skull, or New Skull has to not be dazed and has 6 or more energy. If you're playing Old Skull, that's super easy.
Yes.
Right? You're just massaging the cube twice, right? New Skull, I have to pull up his card. I don't know how easy it is for him.
Yeah.
Arnim Zola has to just be contesting a secure objective.
Okay.
So he doesn't. He just needs to stand near it.
Yeah.
Right, but if he's with somebody, it doesn't matter if they're also contesting it. He just has to contest it. So, like we said earlier, he's a good Strucker friend.
Yeah.
Him and Strucker can be on a point, and that still counts.
Mm-hmm.
Strucker has to not be dazed, and within 2 of 2 or more enemy characters with the poison special condition. I think this one is a little bit tough.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be the toughest one of all of them.
That's where
just
you
because
Omega Red.
But he has to be.
Yeah. But Omega Red gives poison.
Omega Red spreads the poison. I think the play is you bring in Omega Red with this card, but I think that Strucker just hanging out next to 2 other characters is definitely sketchy for Strucker because he's not the tankiest man.
Yeah.
And he really looks like he should be shooting from afar with his 3. I think he has 3 across the board defenses.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Baron Zemo apparently has to have dazed or KO'd an enemy this round. So I think that's the second hardest one. Yeah. I think you can counter Red Skull just like banking energy. That's easy. You can do that. Arnim Zola throwing him on a point isn't terrible. Strucker, however, being around 2 poisoned people within 2, which means that you might be within 3 of 2 characters, right? But you have to be specifically within 2. Like, you have to be really close to 2 other characters, which sometimes isn't going to play out in a game. Sometimes people are spread out.
Yeah. Trying to figure out point-wise. So if you're just reading the card, Zemo's a 3, Strucker's a 3, right?
Yep.
Zola's a 3.
Yep.
Red Skull is a 4?
4 or 5.
4 or 5.
Depending on which,
so you're already looking at 9. You're looking at 13 or 14 threat right there. So that's your core if you're trying to get this card off.
I think, but I think I play that every time.
I think so.
I think that I'm going to be playing those guys anyway,
Yeah.
with the exception of Red Skull, maybe.
Mhm.
I think new Red Skull is good. I don't know if he's good. He's very good. I mean, he's got vision armor, right?
Yeah.
He's very interesting. So I think I play him anyway,
Mhm.
because he's going to be the tanky boy in the group. I think I play all of them. Right? They're all good.
Yes.
I mean, Zemo is in like everybody's list anyway, right?
True.
Like, so I think I play them all.
This is going to be every game. You're going to just be like, I need to get this card. I need to get this card. I need to get this
Yeah,
card.
it's gonna be really funny when my opponents like just start running people away from Strucker, so I can't like get it done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's gonna
Because
be
that's really the problem. Like, I think Baron Zemo, you can charge, kill somebody, hopefully, use some shenanigans to like make sure he kills somebody, right? Strucker is the hardest one in this, but it's exciting. I think either way, it's gonna feel great when you get it. Right?
Oh yeah,
it's gonna feel so good when you get it. Because the best part is that they come in without an activated token, right? So like you're using them that round.
Yeah,
they're coming in hot.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Yeah, I'm super stoked.
I'm loving everything thematically from Hydra so far.
Yeah, it seems like they're making them like interesting to play. They do all these kind of like wacky, specifically different things than other characters and other teams.
Yeah,
I think there was like a little bit of a rut for a while where it was like teams were doing kind of similar things, or like they'd be playing on each other's things. So you had like Midnight Suns came out, but their card that they rely on is a lot like Wakanda Forever.
Yes.
Their affiliation's a little bit different. Their things are a little bit different. But like, you know what I'm saying? There's like a lot of overlap still within the creation process.
Yes.
And this just feels very different.
Yes.
And they all feel very different.
Mm-hmm.
So it's exciting.
It is. So I know you're gonna be.
What do you? Yeah, I'm gushing over Hydra. I'm so excited.
Yeah, no, I think
I'm gonna main Hydra definitely. Like, it doesn't matter. Every tournament, Hydra. Like, just gonna happen.
Win or lose, Hydra.
Always Hydra.
Yes. All right. So speaking of,
you know what? Oh, actually, I was just in my brain. I forgot that Scientific Method said threat level 3 or less, and I was just gonna go Malekith.
No. No.
Let's give him extra dice.
Absolutely not.
Or extra defense.
Absolutely not. But if we're talking about Hydra, we gotta talk about Shield. So we have 2 Shield.
Boo!
All right. So we're gonna start with Steve Rogers, Captain America, known as Steve Rogers. I guess that's how they have him on the card now. You can go through the stats, then I'll read his abilities.
Sure, sounds good. So Steve Rogers, Captain America, Steve Rogers, has 4/4/3 for defenses. He has 6 health on his good side, 5 health on his injured side. He's a 4 threat. He's size 2, and he moves medium. And I believe he's on a regular base.
Yeah.
Regular small base.
He's on a regular size base. Yeah. I don't like that he drops to 5 health on the backside.
It's definitely interesting because they want to make him different than Core Cap.
Mm-hmm.
I think they could have played with this a little bit more. Maybe make him like long moving, or you know what I mean? Play to the fact that he's going to like run in as opposed to like try to protect his allies.
Yeah.
Because this is much more the running and gunning Cap.
Yeah, this is the World War II Cap.
Right.
Yeah.
He could even had a gun, right?
He could have. He had it in the movie. I saw it.
Yeah. He definitely had a gun. He shot it.
He did. All right. So let's go down his attacks here. So the first one, this is his builder, Stars and Stripes Strike, which I gotta say, I love the fact that they're referencing Marvel vs. Capcom. It just makes me so happy. So it's range 3, strength of 5, no cost. After the attack is resolved, the character gains power equal to the damage dealt, standard. But on a wild and shield, he gets flurry. So after the attack is resolved, this character may make a Stars and Stripes attack. This additional attack does not have the flurry special rule. So it's interesting that he's just super punchy.
Yeah, I'm actually pulling it up now to see. Yeah, the new Captain America, his builder is range 3.
Yes.
Which the original is range 2. So that's actually not bad. I missed that the first go around.
Yeah.
So having range 3 is kind of a big deal. Not playing, like your Venoms and stuff like that. Having range 3 over range 2 means you can actually, you can get the people that are a little bit further away, and maybe his movement isn't great, but he's got longer arms.
Yeah, just think of it as he's running in, or he's running, throwing the shield, and then punching you afterwards. Because this Cap does not have a shield throw.
Right.
I wish, the fact that he doesn't have a shield throw, I wish they would have given him the triangular shield. But
yeah, that would have been nice.
I may 3D print a triangular shield and give it to him.
Yeah, I do like that shield. I like the look of that shield, and it would have been more fitting for his World War II character.
Yes, but I do love his outfit. But okay, well, enough about that. Let's go back to the attacks.
Sure.
So next attack. I don't like bullies. Again, I love that. Range 2, strength of 7, and 3 power. So it has a wild throw. After this attack is resolved, if the target character is size 3 or less, the character may throw the target character medium, and it is omnidirectional, so you could throw him wherever you want.
Throws are always good.
Yep. Size 3 throw, standard, but that's good.
Yeah, that seems fine. I mean, not everybody can throw Hulk, right?
No, exactly. And it also has another trigger for a wild and a hit, language. After the attack is resolved, the target character gains the stun and slow special conditions.
That's just like a nice little added bonus.
Yeah.
I feel like, so it's wild and a hit. So if you get the wild, you're getting the throw. So it's like, if you just get the hit in addition to, you're also getting this extra bonus, which is kind of nice.
Yeah. So now, that's it for his attack. So now we got his superpower. So I love this one on your left. If this character is not... Oh, it's two power costs, by the way. If this character is not holding an objective token, it advances medium. This superpower can only be used once per turn. So that helps with ability.
Yeah, I guess instead of the long movement, which I suggested earlier, they gave him on a superpower.
Yeah.
Because two mediums is going to be longer than long.
Yeah, absolutely. So
that's not bad.
Yeah, so you can still pay 2. But, funny thing that I was pointing out on another podcast, you can't use it under Steve's leadership on Avengers. So you can't just do it for 1.
No, you can't. I mean, you can't have 2 Steves,
But
right?
the irony is, he would work fantastically under Steve's leadership.
Of course.
But no, I do love this extra movement. The fact that he can't hold an objective token, it's kind of like Quicksilver's.
Right.
But it's not bad. Next, we have a reactive superpower, because the first one was an active superpower. Reactive. I've knocked out tyrants over 200 times. It costs 3 power. While this character is attacking, during the modified dice step of the attack, it may use this superpower. This character may reroll any number of its attack dice. This superpower may only be used once per turn.
That I would like to use with the core Steve Avengers. Using that for 2 power?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, but still, any number of the dice. It's not like it's all the dice. So if you're fishing
for
that
any number... Yeah, any number is great, because you get to keep your good stuff, the ones you already make, and then you just re-roll all the non-skulls.
Oh, yeah. So that's fantastic. And if for some reason you're playing him in Web Warriors and you have an objective, you can now re-roll your skulls.
There you go.
Yeah, so that's nice. And then we have another reactive superpower. Vibranium shield for 2 power. When this character is targeted by a physical or energy attack, may use this superpower. Add 2 dice to his defense roll. So, he's standard. It's Steve.
The same shield. Yep.
Exactly. The only difference is he does not have a shield throw, even though on the back of the card, on his injured side, he is throwing the shield. Like, in the actual picture.
Yeah.
But that's fine. We'll just say that's the Stars and Stripes attack. But overall, I like this Steve.
Right.
I like that he is more of an in-your-face Steve.
Right.
I think he's going to be fun in a Sam Avengers.
Okay.
And we have to see how he is in S.H.I.E.L.D. because S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't, like, super aggressive. They're a little more control, I feel.
Right.
But I think he's going to be interesting, but, like, I don't want to... I got to reserve judgment until I see him on the table.
Yeah, the thing when I look at a card is, I look at not necessarily what affiliation they're going to go in, but where they can also splash, right?
Yes.
It seems like, to me, when you go into the 4 threats, there are just better killers out there, right? It seems like he wants to be kind of a brawler, but then you can just bring Gamora.
I was going to say Gamora. You have Rogue, who has a charge.
Rogue is really good.
Yeah. I feel like the reason the on your left isn't a charge is in playtesting, it was probably way too powerful to be a charge.
That's fair. That checks out. If you have a lot of energy, being able to on your left and the knockout tyrants over 200 times on like your Stars and Stripes, so you're gonna get the flurry. Like there are ways that you're gonna get like 3 attacks or 4 attacks in a round potentially.
The one thing that is a little bit of a questionable thing, the fact that his flurry is a wild and a shield instead of a wild and a hit.
So you're saying that you're foregoing 1 damage to attack again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a little weird.
I mean, you're only foregoing that if you're spending your reroll. Otherwise, it's like, oh, I got a shield. At least it's doing something.
True.
But it's less exciting than the wild hits or the wild crits.
I think they just want to make it feel different.
Yeah, or because he's using a shield, so they're trying to say it's thematic. You know what I mean?
I get it, but...
Because it's Stars and Stripes, and he's like, he uses the shield to, like, do the uppercut.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a shield.
I get it.
I think that's what they were going for.
Still not happy with it, but I get it.
Yeah.
But no, overall, like you said, at 4th threat, there are better killers out there.
I was surprised to see the card, like to see him spoiled. I know that they're doing like the World War II aesthetic, but I do feel like they could have just stuck with regular Cap for now, or made him a lot more different.
Yeah.
It seems like they just tweaked a little couple of things. And then they named him Steve Rogers, Captain America.
Also known as Steve Rogers.
Why did they do that?
But if we get a Bucky that looks like Robin...
They could have just named him World War II Cap.
Yeah. Or the first Avenger, Captain America.
Right.
Yeah, but... Alright, enough about Steve. That's fine.
Okay.
We have another card to talk about. Because a lot has happened since last we spoke.
Yes.
And we have Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos, the Hoff, Dum Dum Dugan, and Gabriel Jones. Because I don't know if you're an old man like me, you remember David Hasselhoff was Nick Fury in a Fox movie.
I did point that out. Like 2 weeks ago, I found it through a Wikipedia rabbit hole of Marvel information. And it blew my mind. I have to see it.
Oh, it's terrible.
I know it's going to be terrible. Obviously, it's...
David
Hasselhoff isn't known for his, crack shot acting.
Yeah, I saw it first run on TV. Terrible. Also from the same era where we had the Generation X movie. TV movie.
I don't remember that either.
Oh, I remember it. Too well. Alright.
So they put 3 people on a base. What does that equal?
They're saying it's a medium base.
Okay.
So it's probably going to be the size of the shield agents.
So I'll go with the stats again here.
Okay.
So they're 3s across the board.
Mm-hmm.
They have 5 health collectively. They're a 3 threat. They're size 2, and they move medium, apparently on a medium base.
Yes. And on the back side, it does go from 5 to 6 health.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, look at that.
So, yes. Now, as far as the attacks go, they're very interesting. Their stat line, normal. For a 3 threat, normal 3 threat.
I feel like it's along the lines of like specialty characters.
Yes.
So usually like the 5 health 3s across the board, they like do something interesting. So you have like Domino, for example, right? She's gonna like incinerate or get the crits and do something fancy. I feel like her stats are toned down a little bit because she's gonna be a little bit more offensive. So what do these guys get?
Alright, so first attack. This is this builder. Range 4, 5 power. It's a prototype weapons. 5 strength, I should say, not 5 power. So after the attack is resolved, character gains 1 power. So it's more of a gainer than a builder. On a while, it has pursuit. So before damage is dealt, this character may advance towards the target short.
Do they want to be closer to the target? Or are they trying to like Bucky the situation, right?
I think a little A, a little B. Because it's a range 4, and it is a may advance. You don't have to advance.
Right.
So there's a reason why you might want to take advantage of that may. But we'll get to that in a little bit. So they're more of a, just a guerrilla tactics type, I guess. So you kind of want to hit and run with them a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to spoil it, but at the bottom I see stealth.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's why you may advance.
I know. It just seems like... So the interesting thing is that I play a lot of stealth guys because there's like a lot of stealth guys in Criminal Syndicate and Cabal and Spider Fuzz. Like you can get a lot of stealth going on. So from what I've seen, range 4 stealth, great. Range 3 stealth, not as good.
True.
Because now you're coming in within stealth range.
Yeah, but it does help. Like in, let's just say, a case like Gamora, she is a range 2 and 3 attacker, but she has stealth.
Right.
So if she needs to get out of dodge, she can, and then you got to spend like an action to go chase her.
No, I get it. I just think that it's an interesting thing to put in advance on a character that has stealth.
Yes.
It's just an interesting choice.
It is. All right, so next attack. It's an energy attack. We got grenades, speaking of Domino earlier. Range 3, 4 strength, and 1 power. After this attack is resolved, target character gains the Incinerate special condition. No triggers. So it's just grenade, incinerate.
Fantastic.
Yes.
It's fantastic on Domino. It's going to be fantastic here.
Yep, I will never complain about an auto incinerate.
No. It's just one energy. I'm going to incinerate your guy.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes. And then third attack, physical attack. The show is over. Range 3, strength of 6, 3 power. Before choosing a target, this character chooses whether the attack type is physical or energy. On a wild, you get Pour It On. After this attack is resolved, this character may make a prototype weapons attack.
So it's kind of like Red Fury.
Yes.
This card is playing out to be Bucky-esque.
Yes.
So I know you asked about having a Bucky. This is kind of like having a Bucky.
Yes. Absolutely. But I want Bucky in the costume from World War II that he looks like knockoff Robin. Alright, so next we got his superpower. So we have active superpower. Siblings and Arms. It's going to cost you 2 power. Choose another allied character within 2 of this character. Place this character within 1 of the chosen character, or place the chosen character within 1 of this character. A character can be placed by the superpower only once per turn. So this is Royal Decree.
Right.
Yeah. At first I thought it was Hydra Tactics, but it's Royal Decree.
And after playing Storm for the first time during my TTS game that we uploaded, I now realize the strength of being able to like leapfrog your guys.
Yes.
It's really good. If that's all Storm had, she'd be good.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to talk about Storm right now. But that ability of leapfrogging is very good in this game. So I think that there's a lot of things going on this card. It's giving you a lot of options, but I don't know that they build energy that well. So I don't know how often you'll be using these things.
Yeah, but that goes into his next superpower, which there's a reason. I realize the reason why the cost is different, but it's a reactive superpower. Got your back. Costs 2 power. Should sound familiar. When an allied character is dazed or KO'd by an enemy effect, after the effect is resolved, this character may use this superpower. This character makes a prototype weapons attack against the enemy character that caused the effect. Now, I was like, this is like Bucky's. So you can, and you can have 2 got your backs going off, which is just ridiculous. But the reason this is 2 power instead of 3 power like Bucky's, he does not have rapid fire on his prototype weapons.
Oh, yeah, that is a good reason.
Yes.
And it's range 4, so you're shooting from
a little closer.
Less distance.
Yeah. So I think that's an equal trade. I think that's good. But still.
Yeah, again, I think that these guys have a decent card. I think they're a little all over the place, but maybe that has to do with the fact that they're trying to represent the 3 people that are on the card.
I think that's what it is. And then the final superpower.
This is. Oh, sorry. Yep.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say. I think that it's one of those cards you're gonna have to play it and see how it plays. I do think that this and Bucky together, it might be enough cheese to just be great. You know?
Yes.
I don't know yet, but it's definitely cheesy, and it's definitely an interesting card. And the last superpower you're going to talk about?
Oh, yes, it's stealth, which we already said. However,
I spoiled it.
Yeah, the real icing on the cake for this isn't Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos themselves, but their tactics cards. Or their
so good.
Card. Infiltration, which I have it up right here. It's unaffiliated, and it's reactive. A lot of text, so I'm going to read it, and then we'll break it down.
Sure.
So, if Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos and this card are part of your squad, do not deploy Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos. It is still a part of your squad and gains power during the power phase as normal. During an allied character's activation, if Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos are part of your squad and are not on the battlefield, the allied character may play this card. Place a flare token within 3 of this character. During the next cleanup phase, place Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos within 1 of the flare token. So.
Do you understand the card?
Oh, I understand the card.
I do want to point out that, before we get into it, I started playing Warhammer, obviously, as my first tabletop game.
Yeah.
And this kind of delayed deployment is like a main tenet of strategy in Warhammer.
Okay.
So, like, dropping in your guys tactically over the course of the game is like a linchpin of strategy in Warhammer. So seeing this card is kind of exciting because it opens the door to this being a potential play pattern thing that we have to think about in the future. They could do something crazy, like a whole affiliation that does something like this, or some kind of thing. You know what I mean? But I'm super excited about this card and seeing what it can do. And all of my criticisms on the actual character aside, I think this has a potential to be very, very good tactically.
Yes.
It's just good. It's just exciting. So now that I've talked about why the card is good, can you explain to me how to use the card?
You can steal priority with it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's like the number one thing I thought of. Plus, if you're range 3, if you have a long mover, let's just say you have a Angela, just for example. So you have an Angela, you double mover, okay, drop range 3 flare token. Now, and you're playing Gamma. All of a sudden, you have the Howling Commandos on the back Gamma.
Yeah. I think that it's going to be hard to play a person down for like 2 to 3 turns.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are able to hold on to it, that it will pay off in dividends later on in the game. Because, as we all know, for playing the game, when you're playing like a secure like Gamma,
Yeah.
there's a tendency to like leave your weakest guy on the back point
Mm-hmm.
while you're fighting the mid and far points, right? So being able to like run somebody to the middle point and then throw the flare to their back point, and then having Nick Fury, skirmishing with them is actually really nice.
Yeah, then you're pinching them on each side.
You're pinching them and you're cutting off their points.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if you don't daze them, you're still cutting off their points for a round.
Yeah.
Or 2 or 3, however many. But I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I think
I'm super excited to see.
It's going to make you rethink some secures.
Yeah. Plus, they gain power normally during the power phase.
Yeah, so they're coming in low.
So they could come in with 3-4 energy and, use the incinerate. They can even leapfrog one of the guys. Like, there's like a lot of things that are going on that they could be doing.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun time with him.
Yeah.
For sure.
And what's the other card?
Oh, wait, I don't have the other card up. I wasn't prepared. Oh, no.
All right, I got it.
All right, good.
It's Over the Top.
Oh, yeah. Explain that one to me, because that one's a little weird, but go ahead.
It is a bit weird. It's unaffiliated, so I don't know if you pointed out, but Infiltration's also unaffiliated.
I did point that out.
Which is super unfair, because the Hydra cards, you have to be Hydra, but that's okay. I love them anyway.
That's because Nick Fury gets involved with everything, that's why.
Yeah, that's true. During an allied Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos or Steve Rogers character's activation, so you can even use this with core app.
Mm-hmm.
They may spend 2 to play this card. Choose an enemy character within 4 of this character. This character may advance in speed towards the chosen enemy character. After the advance, the opposing character may choose a character they control to make an attack targeting the advancing character. This card, I don't think is good.
No. Okay.
And I'll tell you why.
I thought maybe I was just not smart enough to understand it, but yeah, no, it's not good.
I think that it calls out as a reverse face me,
Yes.
right? Face me says you run to me, then you attack me,
Yeah.
and that's what we do, right? What you're paying for this one is you're paying 2 energy to make a move, like a free move, right? And it's towards a character.
Well, no, I thought, okay, so it's 2 energy for them to move towards you, right?
No. It says you have to choose an enemy within 4.
Mm-hmm.
Then this character, which means the character playing the card, may advance towards the chosen enemy character. So you have to choose somebody within 4, then you run at them.
Okay.
Then your opponent gets to choose any of their characters.
Yeah.
Because it just says they choose a character. So you may run at Lockjaw, and they choose to attack you with Hulk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay. Alright, so I was understanding it right, and I don't like it.
It's not good. Because at least face me, the person that's running at you is the one who's attacking you. So there's a play to be made if you have, like, Gamora, for example, and you're very far away from her, and you know she's not going to hit you.
Yeah.
Because she's only 2 and 3. Or whatever, but that kind of idea. Somebody with only range 2 attacks, and you move them close to you, and now they're within range 3, but not range 2, right?
Yeah.
And you're just getting a free move, getting them closer, whatever. This one, it just seems all bad for you, and you're spending energy on it.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a play to be made for it that we're not seeing, but I don't. On first glance, I don't like it.
Yeah, so the idea, I think, is the fact that Nick Fury has stealth.
Okay.
And the idea is that you just don't move him within 3.
Yeah.
Because you get to target within 4, so you get to move him slightly closer. Mm-hmm. But then you have to make sure he's not within 3 of any enemy character.
True.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. It's like a little shuffle if you do it right.
Yeah. I think that it's for, like, small movements.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I don't know if I want to pay 2 energy to have a very restricted movement.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's just not exciting. And I don't think Captain America ever uses it, right?
No.
Like, I don't...
Not at all.
I don't know. Yeah, it's not, this one isn't, I haven't found the use for it. There's probably something. I hope somebody comes up with it, because I like when people use niche things, but I don't like it at first glance.
No. So.
All right. So that's all those. What do we else do we have?
Okay. So this week, along with Big Bad Tiger Daddy, which we'll talk about in a minute, Winter Guard came out.
Yes.
So I have assembled Winter Guard. I will say I'm a little upset at the Winter Guard card right here, showing me that there's only 4 members of Winter Guard and nobody else. I was kind of expecting, like, Black Widow.
Right.
But, I mean, I knew Omega Red probably not, even though I was really hoping he'd be there. But
it definitely seems strange that they would create an affiliation for just 4 characters that are only in that affiliation and none other.
Yes.
It just seems strange. Like, it... And with no information on the horizon of, like, more characters. Like, I don't know Winter Guard. Are there more characters on Winter Guard? Are there more Russian
There are
superheroes?
More characters. Like, Winter Guard is one of those affiliations, like, in the comics, that there's kind of a rotating cast.
Okay.
Because, like, this Crimson Dynamo was, like, the 4th Crimson Dynamo.
Right.
So, like, it does rotate. But we're probably not going to see more Winter Guard characters for a while.
Right.
So
they probably have, like, real lame characters sometimes, right? Because some of those comic book characters, you get, like, Meat Man or something. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, you're like, who is this guy?
This reminds me of after Avengers came out, like the movie.
Yeah,
I remember seeing a trailer for, like, a Russian Avengers movie that was, like, the B tier of the B tier movies, and one of the guys was a bear. Like, so, I don't remember the name of it. It was on Sci-Fi.
Yeah.
So, the quality. It was there.
Oh, so it was actually made.
Oh, yeah, it was made. This is a real movie. I have to find the name of it.
Yeah, you have to tell me. I need to watch. I love bad movies.
Yeah, it's like, literally, I think if you Google Russian Avengers movie, I'm pretty sure you'll find it. Yeah. But I just don't know the name of it off the top of my head. Also,
sidebar, if anybody's into bad movies, highly recommend Samurai Cop. Love that movie.
Oh, God, yeah. I've seen that movie. But yeah, I got all the Winter Guard cards in front of me. So
wait, you forgot the tangent. Do you think they made it because they saw this bad movie?
No, Winter Guard existed well before. Winter Guard existed well
before.
No,
I understand that, but their interest in adding it as an affiliation.
Maybe. Because, I mean, I could think of, like, 4 other affiliations you can add before Winter Guard.
Or is it coming up in the MCU?
I mean, they referenced it because in Black Widow, he does arm wrestle Ursa, but he's not a bear; he's a man at that point. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm looking forward to playing around with Winter Guard. My first Winter Guard list is literally going to be called Winter Guard Recruitment Drive because I don't know who else to use with them.
Yeah.
But all right, so I'm going to go down the cards and we'll read them here. So, the first one I have in my hand is Bear Hug. So, when an enemy character declares... Oh, it's unaffiliated and it's reactive. When an enemy character declares a move action while within 1 of an allied Ursa Major may play this card. The enemy character may spend 3. If they do not, they can only use the short movement tool while resolving this move action.
It seems bad.
It seems a way to drain your opponent's power.
If they have other than short movement already.
Yes. So, like, let's just say you have a...
And he has to be within one. He has to be, like, literally hugging them. Right? I get that that's the thought of the card. Right. But it could have said they can only make one movement this turn.
True.
Or they only take one, like, they're staggered or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it could have been... I feel like it could have been a little bit stronger than what you're getting out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's a free card, so...
Yeah.
But...
No, I see what you're saying.
It's like, if they're okay with moving short, then the card didn't do anything.
Yeah.
If they have short movement, you can't even really use the card.
True. But if you range one, like, let's just say you're base to base with Ursa, right?
Right.
If you move short, are you still within range 2 for Ursa to attack?
Probably not.
No? Yeah, I don't think
Probably
so.
not.
Okay, so yeah, it is kind of...
Because the short tool is longer than the
range
2
2
tool.
Yeah, it is. Okay. So yeah, it wouldn't really work.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's just not great.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll move on.
All right.
This card I really like, actually. Comrade's Keeper. Unaffiliated reactive. When an enemy character targets an allied character within 3 of an allied Red Guardian with attack, Red Guardian may spend 2 power to play this card. Place Red Guardian within 2 of the allied character. Red Guardian becomes the target of this attack regardless of range and line of sight. If Red Guardian suffers damage from the attack and is not dazed after the attack is resolved, throw the attacking character away from Red Guardian. So it is the Russian Heroes for Hire.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, fantastic card.
Yeah. And it's on a 3-cost guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's unaffiliated, so you can just start splashing him in things.
Yep.
And from what I've seen, people like him.
Yeah.
Red Guardian.
He seems to be the one, him and Dynamo seem to be the two that are, people are loving.
Yeah, Dynamo seems awesome.
Because Darkstar seems a little questionable, but that's fine.
Darkstar just seems like she's going to have energy problems.
Yes. That's why she's going to be an A-Force.
Yeah.
Alright, next card. Sovereign Strike. This is also a pretty cool card. Winter Guard only and active. Any Winter Guard character may spend 3 power to play this card. Choose an interactive terrain feature of size 4 or less within 4 of the character that played this card. All characters within range 1 of the terrain suffer 2 damage. The terrain feature is destroyed and removed from the battlefield.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that too. Definitely
It's like a sabotage.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a better sabotage.
Yeah, no action required, just blowing up a building, everybody takes 2 damage.
Yeah, that seems really good.
Yeah.
Because, like, especially early on in the game, you can, you know, get a couple power and then blow up, you know, something that all the enemy characters are around.
Yeah.
Or if you happen to be playing, like, a Gamma, you know, people are bunched up, blow them up.
And it's a size 4 building that's going to get blown up too, so.
Yeah.
That's always
And that's good, too, if you're not, like, in the business of throwing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, if you're not going to throw a size 4, you might as well blow it up so somebody can't throw it at you.
Exactly.
I've had a couple of size 4s thrown at me before.
Who?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk about that game in a little bit, because I had a game on yesterday that we're going to talk about next, but yeah, it was fun. Alright, next card. Dark Aura Manifestation. I've been thinking about this card a lot, because this card is not the best, but it can have uses.
Okay.
So, unaffiliated and reactive. During the power phase, an allied Darkstar may pay 1 power to play this card. This round, other characters within 3 of Darkstar roll 1 fewer defense dice when defending against energy attacks.
Yeah.
This is friends and foes.
Yeah.
So I feel like it'll be good unless you're going against a team that has energy attacks. So like If you're
Sure, like you're not taking it into Guardians,
No.
right? But if you're playing her in Guardians, it might be good.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Darkstar is going to be splashable. Not as much as Dynamo and Red Guardian.
Yeah.
But I think she's definitely going to find some homes other than Winter Guard.
I think people are going to try because she comes with Crimson Dynamo.
True.
But if you want Crimson Dynamo for Splash, you're just gonna have her. So you're gonna be like, all right, where can she go?
Yeah. All right.
Because there are other people that aren't gonna buy like every character. Right?
Yeah, like you have Cassandra Nova and not Jean Grey because you bought Cassandra Nova separately.
Yeah, I bought her on eBay, so I don't have Jean Grey. Although we'll talk about that later. Also, It seems like maybe Jean Grey is better than I originally thought.
Yes. All right. Next card. Fusion Caster. This one is an attack. Unaffiliated active. During Crimson Dynamo's activation, he may spend 3 to play this card. Crimson Dynamo may use the attack listed above once this activation. So, it is Fusion Caster. It's an energy attack. It's a beam 3. 7 strength, 0 cost because you're paying 3 for the card.
Right.
When rolling additional dice for crit results, during each attack, roll 2 additional dice instead of 1 for each crit in the attack roll.
Great.
And then after each attack is resolved, this character suffers 1 damage for each crit in the attack roll. So it's empty the clip. Yeah, it's empty the clip for War Machine.
Oh, War Machine takes damage from it?
War Machine takes the same. It's the same thing from empty the clip, except War Machine is physical. This is a one-shot energy.
Energy is better than physical, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a decent attack. I would do it.
Oh yeah, it's a definite one shot. Here we go. Let's see what we could do.
Yeah, beam 3 means that you're probably using this at melee guys.
Yeah.
So if you're like against like 2 melee guys, you're probably gonna just beam them.
Yep.
You're not like it's not like you're trying to line up this like uber long beam like a vision beam or something. It's just not going to happen like that.
No, not at all. But I mean, it's definitely going to have its use.
Yeah, no, I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
I would play it.
Yes. And then the final card I have is Winter Rush. It is a Winter Guard reactive card. During the power phase, any number of Winter Guard characters may spend any number of power to play this card. If 6 or more power is spent to play this card, each time an allied character is damaged by an enemy effect this round, after the effect is resolved, another allied Winter Guard character may advance short towards the enemy character that caused the effect.
That seems fun.
Yeah, that seems like team aggressive.
Yeah, really.
All converging on one person.
Yeah, you're getting the X-23 Honey Badger love.
For the team.
Just for the team. Well, it's not all on one character. It's all at whoever deals damage.
Yes, true.
So collectively, they could all like swarm the people that they're already going after, right? If you're already dueling people,
mm-hmm.
You know, if you're already setting that up and they take shots, then you're moving towards them. You know what I mean?
And it's only for the core 4 Winter Guard. It's not for the whole team. So.
Yeah, but I mean, you're gonna be running all the Winter Guard probably if you're running that card.
Yeah, absolutely.
So. I think it's great. I think that it does a couple different things. It forces your opponent to either not attack your Winter Guard guys,
mm-hmm.
or it's going to mean that they're going to try to like move your guys to like someplace they don't want them to be.
Yeah.
But is it the May advance? So you don't even have to if you don't want to move that direction.
Yes, is it
Yeah, it's May.
Yeah.
So I think it's great.
Mm-hmm.
6 power.
Not terrible.
It's a lot, but it's not terrible. Over 4 characters, that's 1.5, right?
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at like something like All According to Plan, it takes 10 power.
Right.
But you just have Craven spend that because Craven doesn't spend power. Unless you're using an expert tracker and all that stuff, but. Yeah,
I do.
Yeah. Overall, I think the Winter's Guards cards are fun.
Yeah, I think that a lot of what makes an affiliation fun is their cards. Mm-hmm. And I think they have some fun cards, so I think they'll be fun to play.
I don't know how competitive the team's going to be, but I am looking forward to trying them out.
I think they're going to be somewhere in the middle because don't slouch on getting rid of a special condition each round. That's
True.
pretty awesome
Yeah.
because that means they can never be staggered.
True.
Which is quite good.
Mm-hmm. It means if you throw a shock on them, getting the shock off.
Correct. Or incinerate.
Yep.
If you always run the Ghost Rider.
Demon Downtown.
Demons. Yeah, always run demons.
Yeah.
Because you're always going to drop the incinerate.
Oh wow, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Okay.
And you're lining up the beam for Crimson Dynamo.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it just seems like that's probably their best map is demons.
Yeah, that is probably going to be really good.
The gas clouds are also good.
Terrigen,
not going to be poisoned.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to be stunned with Mayor Fisk. There's you have to look into the condition ones.
They might be the anti-Hydra tech.
Oh, they're definitely anti-Hydra tech.
Yep.
They're anti-defender tech.
Anti-web warriors. You're not going to get all webbed up from them.
Right.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
I think they're better than at first glance. Yes. You know what I mean? And then the not being able to be moved off of a point. All right. So you have this one thing that may happen sometimes.
Yeah. Team Indomitable.
Yeah. But it's only for pushes, right? It's not for advances.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
So it's half an indomitable half of the time.
True.
It's a quarter indomitable.
And what is it? Crit, hit, or shield? I think it is. I don't think.
Yeah, it's just three on three faces of the dice.
Yeah, but it's not crit. Yeah, it's not crit hit it's crit wild shield. I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So still not bad.
It's not exciting. I think the exciting thing is the special conditions because
Yeah.
I think that there are a lot of teams that use that. So somebody's bringing Domino because they want the incinerate. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There are people that bring certain characters for certain conditions.
And they're like, I will never be incinerated again.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's great.
Yeah,
and then you make
wild shield. I just wanted to double.
You make your opponent incinerated. Demons, you play demons and hammers.
Yeah,
I think they'll do good.
Oh, absolutely. All right, so we've been talking about it a lot.
We have been.
So Jean Grey.
This is a long one.
This is a long one. So I got Jean Grey because I wanted to finish my X-Men affiliation.
Okay.
So as I pulled her up and I'm looking at her card, I'm like, Jean is great. She's always been one of my favorite characters. She is not what you want in X-Men.
Right. And that's probably why nobody plays her, right?
Yes. Because
she's only affiliated X-Men.
Yes, and I've never seen her I've never seen anyone play Jean Grey.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, I want to build an Avengers list focused on Jean Grey. Because
tell me about it.
Yes. Just going down her card. So she has 6 health on the front, 7 on the back.
Great.
Medium movement. Size 2, threat 5. So she's a little chunky. Her defense is 3, 4, 5. Fantastic.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Her builder, Psionic Bolt. All right. Range 4, strength of 5. Gains power with damage dealt, and it has a sap.
Correct.
So fantastic.
Yep.
Her spender, this is what made me think, because, as we said, Big Bad Tiger Daddy just came out.
Yep.
So, it's expensive. It's 6 power.
Okay.
Range of 3, strength of 9.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Before damage is dealt, if the target character is size 4 or less, this character may throw the target away short.
It's a throw.
Yeah. A nice throw to throw Malekith around.
Yeah, that's nice.
And explosive. Before damage is dealt, other enemy characters within 2 of the target character suffer 1 damage. So that's always a nice little bonus to have.
So, since they're both before damage is dealt, do you get to choose which one happens first?
Yes.
So you get to throw and then explode? That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
But here is where the Steve help from Steve Rogers comes in here. So, normally, battlefield manipulation, I'll read it first. So, choose an interactive terrain feature size 4 or less within 3 and throw it medium. Power can only be used once per turn. Normally that's a size or a 3 power, 2 power with Steve.
Right.
A size 4, 2 power throw.
Yeah, that's great.
Matter transmutation. This power, I love this power so much. Choose another character, friend or foe, with an activated token within 2 and push it short. This character can be moved by the superpower only once per turn. Again, normally costs 3. With Steve, it's 2.
Okay.
And the amount of times I was able to... Because my final round of my games yesterday, I used Steve, Jean Grey, Quicksilver, and Iron Man.
Okay.
Versus Malekith, Mystique, and Loki.
Okay.
On Gamma.
Interesting.
Yes. Gamma and Legacy Virus.
So Mystique hung out on the back while Loki and Malekith went to the middle.
No. Mystique went for the Legacy Virus.
Okay.
Okay, if I'm looking at the board, it's going to be on my left.
Okay.
Quicksilver Quicksilver had the game of his life.
Okay.
He was able to get 2 Legacy Viruses on him.
Right.
Almost had all 3. Quicksilver wound up running around to the back point to get their point.
Nice.
So Mystique was out of position almost the whole time.
Oh, wow.
Malekith would charge up. Captain America was bodyguarding. Captain America blocked almost everything Malekith threw at him. Like, at one point, I rolled 7 blocks with Steve. Because he was flipped, and so he could do it all day, had some crits. It was all blocks. But
that's pretty good.
Jean was able to throw Malekith away a couple times.
Yeah, that's big.
Because the other thing is, she gains 2 power every power phase.
Right, so you're getting to do one of them.
Yes.
Automatically.
Exactly. So the fact that you're able to push people around, because she was actually able to move Loki around, she was able to move Malekith around. It was a fun game. It was a good game. Like, I played her 4 times. She only died in 1 game, but she did work all 4 of these games.
Yeah. And, I mean, if you're chunking through her health, you're just giving her a telekinetic force.
Exactly. And she was able to pull those off a couple times.
Yeah.
So that that spender, fantastic.
You did forget one superpower.
Flight. Yes.
No, Shield Mine.
Oh, I did skip over Shield Mine. So that's another one. That's only 1 under Steve. Because it's 2 normally. So when this character or an allied character within 4 of it would be advanced, placed, or pushed by the effects of enemy mystic attacks or enemy superpower. Enemy mystic attack or enemy. So you may use this superpower. The allied character is not advanced, placed, or pushed.
That seems real good.
Yeah.
Because you're stopping superpowers.
Yep.
So, like, not everybody has a mystic attack, but the superpowers that, MODOK's bow.
Yep.
You're not bowing to his will if she shields your mind. So.
Exactly, and that's range 4.
Yeah, it's a good range.
Yeah. So she's just using her this weekend, she's just a very slept-on character.
Yeah.
Because you don't think of Jean Grey anywhere else other than X-Men.
Fair. Yeah, totally.
But I think in Avengers, and of course in A-Force, I think she'd also be a monster. Yeah, you're paying full price for her powers, but she's also going to be generating all kinds of power.
Yep.
And she's surprisingly tanky.
I'd like to talk about Cassandra Nova.
Okay.
Right?
I have not used her yet.
Comes in the same box.
Yep.
Right? She functions similarly in so much that they both have psionic bolts, so they're both trying to stay away.
Yes.
Right? They both don't want to be in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
But where Jean Grey can be caught out, Cassandra Nova she's a little bit more slippery.
Yeah.
And I like that. So Cassandra Nova is 7 health on her healthy side, 6 on her injured side, so the reverse of Jean Grey.
Mm-hmm.
She's got medium movement, she's size 2, 5 threat, and her defenses are worse. They're 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
But she gets stealth, She gets healing factor 1.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets telekinetic deflection, which is a 2-power reactive superpower that lets her take no damage from a collision.
Doesn't Maul have something like that too?
Possibly.
Yeah,
I don't know offhand.
Yeah, I think he does.
And she gets psychic distraction, which for 2 energy, when somebody comes within 3 of her, she gets to roll 4 dice.
Mm.
They suffer 1 damage for each crit or wild she rolls.
Okay.
If she deals at least 1 damage, she gets to then advance away short, or just advance short.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just playing keep away with her.
Yeah.
You have Gamora runs in. She, uses psychic distraction, hopefully gets a damage, and runs out.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody tries to throw something at her because she has stealth. You use telekinetic deflection.
Yeah.
I think she may also be good in your Steve Avengers list. I think she might be slept on.
Mm-hmm.
And she also has, for 3 energy, which could be 2 at the very low price of Steve Avengers,
Yes.
to give an enemy character within 3 root and slow, which is great.
That is very good.
She also has a 1 energy mystic attack mind possession,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't know how many effects like this there are in the game, but it's 3 range, 6 damage, and after the attack is resolved, whether you do damage or not, you get to advance the character its speed.
Yeah, it's deception without the having healthy characters near the person.
Deception also has to move towards the person, I think.
Yes, you're correct. It has to move towards the
So-
peak.
It's literally awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally, I'm going to move you wherever I want, and that's it.
Yep.
And then flesh manipulation, which I've used unsuccessfully, and I don't know if you should ever be within range 2,
Okay.
but it's a range 2, 8-power physical attack for 4 energy with an explosive force wild,
Okay.
which says that after this attack is resolved, other characters within 2 of this character are pushed away, short, and they suffer 1 damage. So, it's okay. I think that the one time I did use this ability in one of our recorded games, I should not have moved her close up because I think I was trying to kill your Cable at the time.
Yeah.
But
And then Cable just melted her.
yeah, I don't think you ever play her close. I think you just keep her away constantly.
Yeah.
And I think she is just a really fun technical piece.
Mhm.
She's not going to do a lot of damage like MODOK, but she's going to be super annoying.
Yeah.
And that is invaluable.
Mm-hmm.
Frustration is the currency I live on.
Yes.
And just having healing factor is great.
Mm-hmm. That was a nice little bonus.
Which also means she's a good target for Arnim Zola, but...
True. True. I could actually see her running around in Hydra.
I know.
Yeah, she'd be good in Hydra.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think, in your games this week, try to play a Cassandra Nova or a Jean Grey.
Yeah, I definitely think that whole box is slept on.
Yeah.
I definitely think that more people need to look into them, and maybe outside the affiliation with they're supposed to be. I think Cassandra Nova fits in Cabal better
Mhm.
than Jean Grey fits into X-Men,
Yes.
but there are places where both can flourish and do very well, and it may not be in their home affiliation.
No, absolutely not.
Cassandra Nova is very good in Criminal Syndicate, Kingpin also. You just sit on that back objective.
Yeah, true.
Nobody ever comes near you. If they do, you run away.
Mm-hmm.
You mess them up. You piss them off. You run them away. You do it again.
Yeah, I think people don't look at this box because it's 2 5-threats.
Yeah. I think that
5-threat is a real hard place to go.
I'm malleable with it now. There was a period of time where I was like literally just running spam sin lists of like all 3 threats
Mm-hmm.
and being like, I will never run a 5 threat because how is a 5 threat better than a 3 threat and a 2 threat, right? Because it's just more activations. But the more you play the game and the more you realize that priority is kind of important,
Mm-hmm.
the more you realize that there are places for 5 threats to be.
I forgot New Red Skull was 5 threat.
Yep.
I also forgot Cable was 5 threat.
Cable's 5 threat.
Yeah.
Strange's 5 threat.
Both Stranges.
Yep.
Yeah.
Corvus Glaive is technically 5 threat because you're never going to play him without
True.
the stone.
True. Yeah, Thor. Juggernaut, of course. I have Juggernaut in my Avengers list. Really, he's there as a decoy.
That's fair.
Because I'm like most people are going to think you're going to bring Juggernaut at 5, not Jean Grey.
Oh, that's a good. I like that. That's
Yeah.
a good. That's a good fake out.
Because that happened 2 or 3 times yesterday. People were like, "Oh, I thought I was going to see Juggernaut. I bought this card and this card." I'm like, "Nope." I mean, Brace is still going to work because I am going to throw Blockbuster Video at you. But, oh, I also realized yesterday I have enough terrain for 2 tables.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, 2 like well-stocked tables.
Awesome.
So I'm still printing more. I think there's stuff printing now. So, good. All right, but we are running very long. We're running on almost an hour and a half right now.
Yeah.
So,
Let's say good night.
yes,
And
I got to work tomorrow.
I have to sleep.
Yeah. All right. So catch us on YouTube. We're gonna have some new videos up. Do you still have a video you're working on to put up or no?
Yeah, I'm working on. I've actually. It's been a while, so I'm actually 2 in the hole.
Okay.
So I have 2 videos to work on.
Okay.
So I have enough to work on for the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
And then the end of the month, I'm going to be on vacation, so I don't know how much stuff we're going to be putting up during that time. It might be on you.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But I think usually we go up on Mondays. I think this week is actually going to go up on Tuesday for this episode of the podcast.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. So that's fine. It's only a 1 day difference. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. But I'm Will.
I'm Mike.
And we will see you later.
That's Gamestore Guardians.
Yep. That's right. Oh my God. I don't even know if we said the name at the beginning of the podcast.
I don't think you said it at the beginning.
Wow. All right. Good night.
Good night.